So hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Study Chemistry. So today we will study a new chapter of plus 2 first year, that is redox reactions. Okay, simple, it's very simple. So you have to understand what actually is redox reaction and how many types of redox reactions are present and what is the value of redox reaction in our daily day-to-day life. Okay, these are the some important points we have to study in this chapter, that is redox reaction. Simple. Okay, so first of all, introduction. Okay, so introduction of redox reaction. Okay, as you see clearly, redox reaction means what? Okay, we have to understand what is redox reaction. Actually, in our daily life, okay, in our day-to-day life, there are different kind of redox reaction take place. Okay, redox reaction take place. You have to understand clearly what I tell you here. Redox reaction take place. So यहाँ पे तुमको समझना है clearly कि in our daily life there are different type of redox reaction take place. Okay, such examples are, okay, here are the examples that is digestion of food. Okay, so digestion of food, it is an example of redox reaction. Okay, so how it is an example of redox reaction I will talk about later. Okay, I will tell you about later, but it is an example of what? Redox reaction. Simple. Okay, now digestion of food. Then another is our corrosion of metal. Okay, corrosion of metal means what? This example of that is our rust of iron. Simple. Okay, rust of iron is an example of corrosion of metal. Okay, metal कॉपर भी यहाँ पे रस्ट हो रहा है. ठीक है, रस्ट ऑफ कॉपर हम बोल सकते हैं, ग्रीनिशिंग ऑफ कॉपर उसको बोलते हैं. ठीक है, जहाँ पे कॉपर क्या होता है, हमारा कॉपर यहाँ पे कोरोड करता है. ठीक है, कॉपर का यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, कोरोजन होता है. ठीक है, तो सबको समझ में आ रहा है यहाँ पे कोरोजन ऑफ मेटल. ठीक है, सो कोरोजन ऑफ मेटल, इट इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ आल्सो व्हाट? Redox reaction. Digestion of food one, then second is our corrosion of metal. Next is our what? Operations involved in bacteries, that is charging and discharging. Okay, चार्जिंग एंड डिस्चार्जिंग सबको यहाँ पे समझना है बच्चों. यहाँ पे बहुत ही सिंपल है ये. चार्जिंग एंड डिस्चार्जिंग हम जब करते हैं यहाँ पे बैटरी में, ठीक है, वो जब यहाँ पे जो रिएक्शन यूज करते हैं उसको हम redox reaction बोलते हैं. ठीक है, those reactions which are used in the charging and discharging process in a battery is called as redox reactions. Okay, so there are many kind of reduction we can use in our daily day-to-day life. Okay, there's digestion of food, corrosion of metal, operation involved in the battery, charging and discharging. Next is important is hydrogen economy. Okay, hydrogen economy means what? Hydrogen economy means simple. Okay, hydrogen economy means use of liquid hydrogen to get power. Okay, to get power or charge, to get charge. Okay, this is called as hydrogen economy. Okay, so next is our ozone depletion or ozone hole. Okay, ओजन होल. ठीक है, यहाँ पे जब ओजन होल होता है वो भी एग्जाम्पल क्या होता है, वो यहाँ पे रिडक्स रिएक्शन. बहुत ही कई ज्यादा एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे यूज हो रहे हैं जो कि रिडक्स रिएक्शन होते हैं. ठीक है, तो these are some examples. Normally in our day-to-day life we see that is digestion of food, corrosion of metal, operations involved in battery and that is charging and discharging process, then hydrogen economy, use of liquid hydrogen to get the charge, then ozone hole. It's very simple. Okay, these are the different kind of redox reaction which are used in our day-to-day life. Okay, so these are the simple introduction to our redox reactions. Okay, now we'll come to our main points of actually what do we mean by that is our redox reactions. Okay, so there are mainly two types of concept. Okay, first concept is our classical or old concept. Second concept is our modern concept, that is our electron transfer concept. ठीक है, तो सबको समझना है यहाँ पे there are mainly two kinds of concept. Okay, so mainly so introduction यहाँ पे हो गया. यहाँ पे हम अभी पढ़ने वाले हैं concepts. Okay, so यहाँ पे reduction यहाँ पे mainly two type concept यहाँ पे है. So there are mainly two type of concepts. Okay, concepts used in redox reaction. Simple redox reaction. There are mainly two types of concept. Concept one is our what? Classical concept or old concept. This is called as old concept, classical concepts. So you have to understand clearly. Okay, it's very simple. Classical concept. Okay, so second is our what? Second is our modern concept. Okay, modern concept or electron transfer concept. Okay, it is called as electron transfer concept. Clear? Electron transfer concept. You have to understand it clearly. First of all, classical concept. Second is our electron transfer concept. Okay, so we have to clearly one by one we have to study each of them. Okay, classical concept first, then is our what? Electron transfer concept. Simple. Okay, so come to our what? First our classical concept. Okay, so classical concept. What do you mean by classical concept? Okay, so in old times, what is the definition of actually redox reactions? Okay, now we have to understand. Okay, so mainly in redox reaction there are two kinds of reaction take place. That is, first one is our oxidation reaction. Second one is our reduction reactions. Okay, so we have to understand both this reaction, oxidation and reduction, in classical concept. Okay, so first one, the heading is oxidation reduction. Okay, heading is oxidation. First one is the classical concept. Okay, according to classical concept we have to understand classical concept क्या बोल रहा है अभी. So यहाँ पे classical concept बोल रहा है, classical concept पे पहले हम oxidation reduction बोलते हैं. ठीक है, so oxidation हो या reduction हो, दोनों को समझना है. ठीक है, reduction means यहाँ पे दोनों होता है. रिडक्स मतलब यहाँ पे बच्चों, यहाँ पे समझना है बच्चों, यहाँ पे रिडक्स मतलब यहाँ पे ऑक्सीडेशन हो रहा है, यहाँ पे रिडक्शन हो रहा है. ठीक है, so redox reaction means there are two types of reaction. That is, one is our oxidation reaction and second is our reduction reaction. Simple. Okay, so oxidation reaction according to classical concept. Okay, according to classical concept. Okay, oxidation reaction. So what is the definition of oxidation reaction? Okay, you have to simply understand what is the definition of. You don't have to. So you have to simply understand what is oxidation reaction. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे ध्यान दो बच्चों, यहाँ पे बहुत ही सिंपल है what is oxidation reaction. तो समझो यहाँ पे. So first one example, let me take an example, then I will write the definition here. Okay, first I write the example. Okay, so let me take the first one example is our carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. सबको समझ में आ रहा है? Yes or no? Tell me. So carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. That means what? Here oxygen is added to carbon, form carbon dioxide. Simple. Okay, so when in a reaction addition of oxygen is take place, that reaction is called as oxidation reaction according to what? Classical concept. Okay, so it's simple. Okay, it's simple. First definition is our, when oxygen is added, that reaction is called as what? Oxidation reaction. Okay, there are mainly, so yeah, I have to write the definition. Okay, so I have to write here definition. So oxidation is defined as, oxidation is defined as a process in which addition of oxygen और क्या हो सकता है, यहाँ पे समझ रहे हैं बच्चे. यहाँ पे एक हो सकता है ऑक्सीजन को ऐड करने से हम उसको ऑक्सीडेशन बोलते हैं, और क्या बोलते हैं यहाँ पे समझ रहे हैं. ऑक्सीडेशन इज डिफाइंड एज अ प्रोसेस इन व्हिच एडिशन ऑफ ऑक्सीजन और व्हाट और एनी अदर इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट. सिंपल. यस और नो? टेल मी. एनी अदर इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट और removal of hydrogen or any other electropositive element ओके, सो हियर द डेफिनेशन, टोटल डेफिनेशन। जब यहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन का एडिशन होता है उसको हम ऑक्सीजन रिएक्शन बोलते हैं, ठीक है। अब जब यहाँ पे एक इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट, एग्जांपल यहाँ पे नाइट्रोजन, सल्फर, क्लोरीन, फ्लोरीन, दीज आर द इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव, मेनली फ्लोरीन, सल्फर, ओके, फ्लोरीन, ऑक्सीजन, nitrogen, these are the electronegative elements, okay. So when addition of electronegative element or addition of oxygen or रिमूवल ऑफ हाइड्रोजन, ओके, सो हाइड्रोजन अगर रिमूव हो उसको हम बोलते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं यहाँ पे, ऑक्सीडेशन रिएक्शन बोलते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू क्लासिकल कॉन्सेप्ट, ओके। और एनी अदर इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव, अगर इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट, लेट मी एग्जांपल, इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव सोडियम, पोटेशियम, these are the example of electropositive element. When electropositive element like sodium, potassium are removed, then it is also called as what? It is also called as oxidation reaction, okay. So simply first one is our what? Addition of oxygen, simply clear, it is clear here. Addition of oxygen here take place. Then second is our what? Second is our any other electronegative element, okay. Addition of any other electronegative. Let me take another example here. Let me take magnesium. Simple, yes or no, tell me. Here magnesium oxide is present, okay. So here 2 magnesium, why? Because 2 MgO is present, okay. 2 MgO is obtained as a product, okay. Here reactants are magnesium and oxygen and products are magnesium oxide. Simple, you have to balance each other in a product side and the reactant side, both the number of same number of atoms are present, okay. Same number of atoms must be present, okay. So simply you have to understand clearly. So to here, both this case, what? Addition of oxygen take place. What take place? Addition of oxygen is take place. Simple, okay. So addition of oxygen. This is an example of what? This is an example of our oxidation reaction according to classical concept, okay. According to old concept, addition of oxygen take place. When in a reaction addition of oxygen take place, that reaction is called as oxidation reaction. Then second is our what? Any other electronegative element. We have to add another electronegative element. Simply you have to understand this is another electronegative element. Okay, now let me take an electronegative element. Okay, electronegative example यहाँ पे फ्लोरीन हो सकता है, सल्फर हो सकता है, ठीक है, नाइट्रोजन हो सकता है, ठीक है, ऑक्सीजन हो सकता है. these are the examples of what? Electronegative elements. Okay. So यहाँ पे अगर कैल्शियम में लेता हूँ, so कैल्शियम एक इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट है, फ्लोरीन क्या है मुझे यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट है. बहुत ही सिंपल है यहाँ पे. So कैल्शियम यहाँ पे फ्लोरीन के साथ रिएक्ट, कैल्शियम डाइक्लोराइड दे रहा है, सिंपल है बहुत. So calcium reacts with fluorine to form calcium dichloride as a product. So simple, this is an example of oxidation reaction where fluorine is an electronegative element. Okay, fluorine is an electronegative element. Simple. So here addition of electronegative element take place. Simple. Addition of electronegative element take place. So here fluorine is an electronegative element. That's why it is an example of what? Oxidation reaction. Simple. It's very simple. Okay. So here addition of fluorine, as here addition of fluorine towards our calcium take place on forming a product that is calcium dichloride. That's why it is an example of what? Oxidation reaction. As fluorine is an electronegative element, that's why it is an example of what? Electro oxidation reaction. Simple. Okay, now come to our third, the removal of hydrogen. Okay, so let me take a simple reaction here. Here I take our HCl. Okay, HCl. Okay, so sorry. Here I take our, that is our H2S. Okay, H2S, then Cl2 gives our what? Gives our 2HCl plus sulfur gas. Simple. Okay, now you clearly see here what happens. Here what happens? Here hydrogen is removed. Okay, first hydrogen combines with here sulfur, then combines with Cl. That means hydrogen is removed from sulfur. Here sulfur is single state here. That means hydrogen is removed. Sorry, here removal of hydrogen take place. What happens here? Removal of hydrogen take place. It's very simple. Yes or no, tell me. I think it's very much simple. There is no problem at all. Okay. So here H2S plus Cl2 gives 2HCl plus sulfur. Removal of hydrogen take place. Okay. So this is an example of our what? This is an example of our oxidation reaction. Okay. Let me take another example here. What? Let me take another example of addition of electropositive element. Okay, electropositive element that is our sodium, that is our potassium. Okay, these are examples of electropositive element. So let me take an example of sodium plus F2. Okay, it's very simple. NaF. Okay, so you have to balance it. So 2 Na here present. So here sodium is an electropositive element. So here addition of electropositive element Yes or no? Simple. Okay. So sorry. Sorry. Removal of electropositive element. So यहाँ पे हम addition कर रहे हैं. So remove करते हैं हम. Remove करते हैं. So यहाँ पे remove कैसे करेंगे electropositive element का? तो देखो यहाँ पे तोड़ सकते हैं यहाँ पे. So यहाँ पे एक इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट को हम कैसे रिमूव कर सकते हैं? देखो यहाँ पे अगर यहाँ पे ले हम HCl, ठीक है, HCl प्लस KOH. देखो यहाँ पे समझोगी इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव पोटेशियम में से, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे पोटेशियम रिमूव होता है, ठीक है. यहाँ पे देखो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, वाटर हो रहा है प्लस KCl हो रहा है. सो K यहाँ पे रिमूव हो रहा है. सो यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, ये एक एग्जाम्पल क्या हो गया बच्चों, यहाँ पे एनी अदर इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट का रिमूव हो गया, ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे these are the total reactions are the examples of what? Oxidation reactions. Okay, what? Oxidation reactions. These are very simple reactions. That is our examples of what? Oxidation reaction. Simple. Okay. Now come to our what? Okay. Now, so here oxidation completes. Now come to our oxidizing agent. Okay, now you have to understand what is oxidizing agent. Okay, so oxidizing agent, what do you mean by oxidizing agent? और उसको बोलते हैं बच्चों यहाँ पे oxidizing agent बोलते हैं. क्या बोलते हैं? Oxidizing agent. और क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Oxidant. क्या बोलते हैं बच्चों यहाँ पे? Oxidant. सबको समझना है यहाँ पे, ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट क्या है? देखो बहुत ही सिंपल है. इसको ये जो एग्जांपल यहाँ पे है हम इसको लेते हैं, उसके बाद हम इसका डेफिनेशन लेते हैं, ठीक है. सो विल टेक दीज एग्जांपल्स. ओके, नाउ विल टेक दीज एग्जांपल्स, देन we'll write our definition of oxidizing agent or oxidant. What is the definition of oxidizing agent or what is the definition of what? Oxidant. Okay. Now here you can clearly see one carbon is reacts with oxygen molecule and form a carbon dioxide compound. Simple. Here two magnesium atom reacts with one oxygen molecule and form magnesium oxide. It's simple. Yes or no? Tell me. So here, what do you mean by oxidizing agent? So oxidizing agent is a substance. So you have to understand, oxidizing agent is a substance. Okay. So oxidizing agent. Okay. You have to understand oxidizing agent. Okay. Oxidizing agent. Okay. I think this below reaction I have to write here above here. Okay, this reaction here, that is our what? That is our HCl plus KOH forms KCl plus water. Okay, here what? Here potassium is removed. Okay, potassium removed. Okay, so this is an example of what? Our oxidation reaction. Okay, so oxidizing agent. What? Oxidizing agent or oxidant. It is called as what? Oxidant. Simple. Okay, oxidizing agent or oxidant. You have to understand, oxidizing agent or oxidant is a substance. Is a what? बच्चों यहाँ पे समझना है बच्चों, यहाँ पे is a substance. So is a substance which supplies oxygen. Okay, oxidizing agent or oxidant is a substance which supplies what? Which supplies oxygen or what? Or any other electronegative element. और क्या करता है यहाँ पे? remove hydrogen or any other what? Electropositive element. Okay, it's simple. In a chemical reaction, you have to understand what is the role of oxidizing agent here. Okay, here you clearly see here इसने क्या बोला होता है यहाँ पे डेफिनेशन में यहाँ पे बोला ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट और ऑक्सीडेंट इज ए सब्सटेंस विच सप्लाई ऑक्सीजन. दैट मींस यहाँ पे कौन सप्लाई कर रहा है बच्चा? यहाँ पे कार्बन को ऑक्सीजन कौन सप्लाई कर रहा है? बहुत ही क्लियर है यहाँ पे ये जो ऑक्सीजन है ये ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई करे कार्बन को, देन कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड यहाँ पे और है. सिंपल है, ठीक है. दैट मीन्स यहाँ पे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड यहाँ पे ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट हो गया. बहुत ही सिंपल है. येस और नो? टेल मी. तो हियर ऑक्सीजन इज द ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट. हियर ऑक्सीजन यूज्ड एज ए ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट or oxidant. It is called as what? It is called as oxidant. It's very simple. Okay, now here also it is called as oxidizing agent or oxidant. Simple. So So here it is oxidizing agent, here it is oxidizing agent. So here it is these are the examples of what? Oxidizing agent. Okay, this gives, okay, here oxygen gives oxygen molecule supplies oxygen to carbon and form carbon dioxide. So it is an example of what? Oxidizing agent. These are the examples where oxidizing agent or oxidants are present. Okay, so they are simple examples of what is oxidation reaction and what is oxidizing agent or oxidant in a classical way or in classical concept. Will clearly here understand what actually is oxidation reaction or oxidizing agent or oxidant. Simple. Okay, now we'll come to our reduction reaction according to classical concept. Okay, so now come to our what? Reduction reaction. Oh, sorry, reduction reaction. Okay. Okay, now so reduction reaction. So you have to understand reduction reaction. What is reduction reaction? Okay, so reduction reaction okay. So reduction reaction means what? You have to understand. Okay, so like that our classical concept. Okay, here right here classical concept. According to classical concept, okay. So classical, there are two type of concept: electron transfer concept or classical concept. Okay. So what is reduction reaction according to what? Reduction, classical concept. Okay. So first I will write the what? Examples, then we will write our definition. Simple. It's very simple. Okay. Now I will write here our reduction reaction. First of all, clearly I will tell you here the reverse of oxidation reaction is called a reduction reaction. Okay, so वहां पे हम डेफिनेशन में बोले क्या बच्चे, यहाँ पे वहां पे क्या बोले हम? एडिशन ऑफ ऑक्सीजन और एनी अदर इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट और रिमूवल ऑफ हाइड्रोजन और एनी अदर इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट. सो हियर इट इज रिवर्स्ड. हियर इट इज एडिशन ऑफ हाइड्रोजन और एनी अदर इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट or removal of oxygen or any other electronegative element. It's simple. Okay, so reduction reaction definition here. So reduction is defined as reduction is defined as a process. Reduction is defined as a process in which reduction is defined as a process in which addition of what? Addition of the reverse of oxygen. You have to remember that. Okay, addition of, you have to focus in here. Okay, addition of hydrogen. Simple. Addition of hydrogen or what happens here? Or any other reduction is defined as a process in which addition of hydrogen or any other electropositive element. It's very simple. You have to understand it clearly. Reduction is defined as a process in which addition of hydrogen or another electropositive element or what? Or removal of oxygen. So it is the reverse of what? Oxidation. Removal of oxygen. You have to understand it clearly. Removal of oxygen or any other electronegative element. Any other electronegative element. It's simple. Okay, you have to understand it now. So reduction is defined as a process in which addition of hydrogen or any other electropositive element and or removal of oxygen. Okay, so here is the definitions of what? Redox reaction. Okay, reduction reaction. It's simple. Okay. Now come to our example. Okay, now we'll come to our what? Example. Okay, so example, here is the example. Our first example is the addition of a hydrogen. Simply we'll take our, so chlorine is a molecule here, hydrogen is a molecule, it forms 2HCl. So it is an example of what? Reduction reaction. Simple. Here addition of what? Addition of hydrogen is take place. It's simple. Okay, now come to our fluorine. You have to, if I take for what? If I take fluorine, F2. So here H2, 2HF. It is also example. Here hydrogen is added. It's simple. Here hydrogen is added. So here what? Hydrogen is added. You have to understand it clearly. Hydrogen is added. Okay. So hydrogen, when hydrogen is added, so hydrogen is added. Okay. So these two are the examples of what? A reduction reaction. Simple. Okay. Next come to our what? Next come to our any other electropositive element. We have to add any other electropositive element. Okay. It's simple. Okay. Now come to our electropositive element. Okay. If I add sodium is an electropositive element F2, now it forms NaF, 2NaF, simple. So it is an example of what? Addition of what? Addition of electropositive element. You have to understand it. Okay, addition of electropositive element. Here it is an addition of electropositive element. Clear? It's simple. Okay, now 2Na plus F2, 2NaF, addition of electropositive element. It's simple. Okay. Now 2Na plus F2 gives 2NaF. Next come to our removal of oxygen. Okay. Now we have to remove our oxygen. Oxygen atom or molecule, whatever it be. Okay, now I have to take here zinc oxide plus carbon. Okay, here it forms Zn plus carbon monoxide. So here carbon reacts with oxygen, so oxygen is removed. So here removal of oxygen take place. What happens here? Removal of oxygen take place. It's simple. Removal of oxygen means what? Removal of oxygen means reduction reaction. Okay. Now come to our what? Now come to our another electronegative element. What? Removal of any other electronegative element. Okay, so we can take any other examples. Okay, so these are the different examples of what? Now these are the different examples of reduction reactions. Okay, where what happens? Where our these are the examples of what? Reduction reactions. Okay. So I think you clearly understand what is reduction reaction, and third I know here I don't take here or another any other electronegative element. Okay, you take that. I know. Okay, it's simple. Okay, any other electronegative, you have to take another electronegative element. Okay, now reduction reaction is simple. Now we come to our reducing agent. Okay, it's simple. Okay, now reducing agent. What do you mean by reducing agent? Or it is called as reductant. You have to understand it clearly. It is called as what? It is called as reductant. Okay. So reductant. So it is called as what? It is called as reductant. Okay. Reductant or reducing agent. Okay. So what is reductant or reducing agent? It's simple. You all know that. Okay. So here, those substances. Okay, reducing agent is a substance which supplies hydrogen. Okay, what happens here? Reducing agent is a substance which supply hydrogen, or what happens? Or supply any electropositive element, or what removes oxygen or remove any electronegative element. Okay. So here hydrogen is supplied. So it is reducing agent. Okay. It's simple. Here hydrogen, it is reducing agent. Here fluorine, it is reducing agent. Here carbon, it is reducing agent. Simple. Okay, now come to our definition here. Okay, here the definition. Okay, what is the definition here? Here is the definition of our definition is when reducing agent is a substance. Okay, reducing agent is a substance which supplies. Reducing agent is a substance which supplies what? Reducing agent is a substance which supplies what? Reducing agent is a substance which supplies hydrogen or any other any other electronegative what? Reducing agent is a substance which supplies hydrogen or any other electronegative, any other electropositive, okay, any other electropositive element, और क्या लिख सकते हैं यहाँ पे बच्चे, यहाँ पे और removes oxygen or any other any other what, or any other electronegative element. Okay, so it is simple. Reducing agent is a substance which supplies hydrogen or any other electropositive element or removes oxygen or any other electronegative element. Okay, in a chemical reaction. Simple. Okay, you have to understand it clearly. So I think you clearly understand here. Here hydrogen supplies hydrogen to chlorine, so it is used as a reducing agent. Here hydrogen supplies fluorine, so it is a reducing agent. Fluorine supplies to our sodium, so it is used as a reducing agent. Carbon supplies zinc oxide, so it is used as a reducing agent. These are the different examples of what? These are the different kind of examples of what our reducing agent. It's simple. Okay. Now reducing agent is a substance which supply hydrogen or any other electropositive element or removes oxygen or any other electronegative element in a chemical reaction. Okay. So